Good day, I'm Phil Creighton from the Shadow Chasers, and today we're going to be reviewing some camcorder accessories for your camcorders. First up, we have our UV flashlight. This is a UV black light, or as some people have termed them, a scorpion light, because they sell these specific flashlights so that you can either check the quality of cash as it's passed to you, like dollar bills and stuff, checking for the UV markings, or you can use it to scout for scorpions in the Midwest since they glow in UV light. This is an outstanding UV flashlight, UV light. You can see that it's like multiple LEDs. Again, concentrated UV LEDs are in the center, so they have higher wattage, and the external ones of the periphery are little, kind of less powerful. So you have a nice tight focus beam in the center, and when it spreads out, you see less. With a full spectrum camera, you get the same tunnel vision effect because the exterior UV LEDs are more in our visible range than they are for UV light. The same thing goes for your Mitsubishi camera as well. If you're shooting UV, you'll see the same tunnel effect. Really benefits. It's a good UV booster. For $7 to $10, this thing can outdo a UV illuminator, phantom illuminator, any day of the week. So why spend $40 when you have this? That $40 will allow you to mount one of those phantom illuminators. But if you're, and also give you kind of hands-free, but if you're crafty, you can take one of these UV flashlights and strap it to a stabilizer bar and use that as your illumination. Next up is the Sunpak 3-watt FLVL combination flash and video light. The upper portion is a 3-watt flashlight, illuminator I should say. Takes 2 AA batteries, pop them right in, and helps if you put them in right. Or not. Batteries are dead. But 3-watt flash, 3-watt light at the top. The flash can be set for remote flash. It does not require the active interface. You can use it as an active interface. The flash is fairly short range, 3 to 10 feet. And it's the 3-watt light generally does not stretch that far. Someone says 3-watt, you're like, ooh, big light. Not really. The 3-watt light from this is very close. And again, it's probably about 3 to 10 feet for the illumination. And your eyes will probably adjust better than this light. The flash, again, 3 to 10 feet. And it does have the remote sensor, so if you stick it on a stabilizer bar on one side of your camera, and then the flash on your camera goes off, you have it set so it's a double stage or single stage flash. This will remote trigger at the same time as your flash to give you the extra boost of light. So that's kind of handy, but overall, not exactly the best, especially for $3. I mean, I picked these ones up for about $11 a piece, a double. So, FLVL Sunpak, decent, cheap investment for camcorders, moderate investment for a simple point-and-shoot camera. But always good to start somewhere with illumination. Next up, we have the Creepy Hollow Ghost Hunting Illuminator. This is an IR illuminator, custom made. This is by the guy that is on Ghost Hunters International. It's all custom. He made these things by hand. It takes a 9-volt battery. We have our toggle switch here where we have it on or off. Nice design. However, these are not projected IR illuminators. These are basically you stuck a light in here and it's glowing. So it's like sticking a lantern next to any of your camcorders. They are pretty powerful, but in our experience, they do not reach as far as a professionally designed Sony. And for $45 to $60, depending on where you get these, if you get them straight from him, they're about $50. These are pretty nice design. I think what's the biggest problem here is these are, well, they just sort of glow like a lantern rather than project, so it doesn't really do you any good at distance. Fairly good for a confined area with if you slap down a static night vision camera with one of these and you're in a like room rather than a long hallway or something like that. But for the price, they're decent. They're not exactly the best. Again, really great design. Awesome that this guy custom made these. Again, downside, they're area illumination rather than projected illumination. So be very wary of that. Given the cost, I would actually invest in the Sonys before investing in more of these. I got 2 of these, and this is still the best piece of illumination, the best lighting that we've ever had, and still need to pick up more of these actually. They are the Sony Illuminators, FLVL IR lights, excuse me, HVL IRM lights. They have a variable toggle, so you can determine the aperture and wattage that's coming out of this. We have off all the way. Well, it's really, really dim, basically, a little glow. Then we can slowly crank it all the way up to the projected distance for this is, they say, 300 yards or 300 meters. About that. It runs off of 2 AA batteries, or if you want to invest in the long term, you get the Sony rechargeable battery packs that came with some of the older camcorders. You can slap it right in, and now you're going to be running for 8 to 12 hours depending on your battery. This one here will generally get us probably about 9 to 10 hours of light without recharge. Stick the AA batteries in on top of that. Then you can switch between the switch between the batteries, the AA batteries, and the battery pack. This thing is an awesome piece of technology for $60. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. And variable output again. You can crank it up, turn it down. Again, this for $60, this for $60. This is the winner. Rechargeable battery pack. Highly recommended. Definitely the Sony HVL IRM lights. So these ones are great. Invest more of these than anything else. Then we have 2 different models here. We have the L bracket stabilizer bar. This you attach to the underside of any camera, and we're going to use the Mitsuba here. We have the normal docking port here. This will help you take better steady shots with your camera than anything else. The only problem is for ones like this assisted flash up here, this will no longer work because you're not down on the same level as this, and the sensor here will not pick it up. So not so good on that. If you use it for illumination, this again is only the 3-watt light. Doesn't project far enough for this camera, but it will help your camcorders in general. Very good, very handy. The other addition here is you have a L bracket post, so you can attach multiple accessories to your camcorders or cameras. Best part about this is when you have it like this, this is actually extremely stable. Any shots you take will be even better. less blur, less motion. Camcorder wise, you'll have a much steadier hand. Really good. Not really recommended if you're going to use the camcorders on tripod as your static night vision cameras. It does have the ability, just like every accessory shoe, just like every mounting bracket does. So you can screw one into the other and attach them all together. But due to the positioning of the lighting and your accessories, if this was a microphone and this was something else, it's not really beneficial, not handy at all. So it's much better to have it your lighting on the exact same level than it is to have it above or mounted above. So always keep that in mind. If you're using a digital SLR camera, this can be handy, especially if you need to move your flash off the camera itself and give a booster flash. That is the only way that this will work. If you have a flash mounted up here and the accessory flash over here, that can be really, really beneficial, especially projecting great distance. Then we have, this is the standard T-bar bracket, mounting bracket. You attach your camera over here, and then you attach your accessory over here. Not really good for a stabilizer bar. Easy to free up your hands. The best part about this is when you attach it to a tripod, which is what this is over here, you can take and apply it to like secure camera right here, supporting unit over here, whether it's a microphone, IR illuminator, or even just a standard illuminator. This will help you create even lighting, even distance, and it's really, really handy. And again, very simple. Unfortunately, with things like these, mounting bracket is probably about $16 to $20. This T-bar bracket is about $8 to $16 if you're lucky. But very handy, both of them, and each has their place. So that's it for the camcorder accessories and camcorders units. Sony HVL light, best IR illuminator you can use. Creepy Hollow, decent, but it's not projected light. Meanwhile, the Sony can project out to 300 yards. 3-watt lights, not that beneficial. And UV flashlights, a great trade instead of buying a UV illuminator.